Birdie sweatshirt on?
Yes. Okay.
Hi, Birdie.
I'm not as bright as you, though.
So everybody, this is little Birdie, and I am Birdie. Do you want to tell the story of how this nickname even came to be?
I feel like you're the storyteller, so I'll start.
Okay, you tell. All right, you want me to tell?
No, I'll tell.
You have to tell it because I was the one who said it, but I didn't even mean to.
Well, what the heck? Okay, so we were rooming together at MPL last year, which was so fun. And
so fun.
And then we would no, I had to tell the whole story. But then I just fell asleep. I'm so nervous.
I know.
You go.
Okay. So it sounds weird, but we were sharing a bed, right, at MPL. And we woke up in the morning. Oh, there's our coffee mug. And I was like, we were just laying there. I was like, good morning, little Birdie. Right?
Yeah, but it was cuter than that. It was so cute.
So what did it sound like?
Because like I just woke up and I think you had to pee and you were just like running. You go, morning, little Birdie. And it was
I was running back and I jumped into bed. I was like, good morning, little Birdie.
Morning, little Birdie.
And then it just stuck. And so then you were little Birdie.
A little bit.
And I was Birdie, kind of. Or we're both Birdie. But then we found these sweatshirts.
Yep.
So every time I wear mine, someone compliments me on it, but I think they think it's for golf. Because that never occurred to me that it was a golf sweatshirt, right? But when my friend Emma found them, she was like, you have to get these for you and Birdie. So I did. But then when I tell people, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the name of my dog and my best friend.
I know. But the weirdest thing is that
dog right after we nicknamed you Birdie.
Yeah, that was so crazy. Right? You got a dog named Birdie.
We got a dog who was already named Birdie. And I was like, well, of course she has to come and live with us because it was like it all happened within like a week of nicknaming you little Birdie and then us calling each other Birdie back and forth. Then the breeder had this dog named Birdie. And I was like, well, duh.
Okay, you look grainy. Are you grainy? Do you look grainy to yourself?
No, I look clear to myself, but you look a little grainy. So this is why we're doing this, because this is our first time. Welcome to the pickle piece. After 15 minutes, so I want to make sure you know why you're here. And so
we don't even know this is going to work, right?
We have no idea.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it will. Like, I think when I stop, like it says 100% uploading. So I think that means that eventually at some point we'll have like a product and then we'll share it to the YouTube, but I still have to figure out how to get it on the Spotify and like Apple Podcasts or whatever. So this is very preliminary, but we've been talking about it for so long and I've been so frustrated with myself that finally we were just like, okay, we're doing this and it might totally suck ass. And if it does, fine. Who cares? We'll do it again, right?
Right.
The point of this is to talk about pickleball in our lives and how pickleball has impacted our life, your life, my life, how you being in pickleball has impacted my life because I met you through pickleball. And then we're kind of talking about like how all these pieces fit together, like how the relationships are so valuable, the experiences. I mean, just the little Birdie story. Oh, hi, Macy.
Hey.
Hi, there's my baby, Macy. Hi, sweetie. She's such a good girl. So happy she made a cameo. Can you hear, May? Dude, that's why I need the headphones.
Dude.
But we got to figure that out. See, I've got them, but like they're not plugged into anything. And I don't know why I would wear them because I can't hear anything. And so I don't understand. Somebody needs to do a tutorial for me. If I would just sit still long enough and watch the YouTube, it would probably help a lot. But
how do you figure all this out? Like, how do you just start a podcast?
You know as much as I know right now. All I know is I have some software that it's recording on. And then at some point I have like this cool machine that makes like, and it has like clapping. It has like when you when you say something wrong or whatever. So if we wanted to have like a quiz, and then you missed the answer, I'd be like, what? But I don't know how to do it.
Okay.
Figure it out one of these days. The bottom line is you have to start somewhere, just like with anything, right? So tell me about when you started pickleball. Like, were you good at pickleball? Did you know about pickleball? How did you walk onto the pickleball court?
How it all started?
Yeah, kind of like how this is starting.
Okay. So I had, what did I do? I had my last child. I have
Who is now
what?
just turned.
That
Who has now just turned
14. So,
okay.
And I was like, I really need something for myself. And what got me going is I played soccer. Someone asked me to sub for soccer. Did I tell you this story?
No, I've never even heard you mention soccer. You know how to play soccer?
Well, let me get
I don't know how to play soccer.
Macy needs to get out of the room.
Okay, so everybody, while Kara's away, if you're watching, you can see this painting behind where she's sitting. That is one of Kara's original paint by numbers. Original paint by numbers. And as I love to do puzzles, Kara loves to do paint by number. And so this is a way to relax and calm ourselves after a full day of mothering, working, playing pickleball, wifing, whatever you want to call it. Okay, sorry. Back to the story.
Are you going to show any of your puzzles at some point?
Yes, at some point I would like to show my puzzle.
Okay. Good.
If I can figure out how to pick up the computer and walk over to it, I'll try.
So this seems so official. I don't want it to be so official with me telling the story. Let me just relax a little. What's that?
This is the background of the podcast so far. It's my Boca jerseys from NPL. Some sponsors. Thank you to our sponsor, Active Blend. I think they wrote a commercial for me to read. I need to go find it. And then some Picklemania stuff, because this is all you wrapped into one.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay. So you want to hear the story. So, someone asked me to go play soccer, and I used to play soccer. I used to actually play co-ed when I was in elementary school, and I would just roll through the boys. Like, it was so fun. I just loved it, being aggressive. And so I went
because hold 1 second. Because you are the youngest of
3. I have 2 older brothers.
And you have 2
older brothers.
So of course you were like, I'm going to run over the boys.
Yeah.
Because they probably ran over you at home.
Yeah, they did. So, so I went and played.
That's the reason you're so tough.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
It's okay.
Continue.
So, so I went and I played, and it was just so much fun. Like, I hadn't, being a mom, I had just kind of gotten away from all that, right? I'm watching all their sports. I'm eating the meals, just doing the mom thing. I was like, I could just feel it inside me. I would just like, got it. And I was like, I have got to do something. But after that game or 2, I was just like, everyone's getting injured in soccer. My toe was hurting. I had I think it was turf toe or something.
I can't imagine.
I can't.
I think soccer is that's awful lot of running.
It was a lot of running. I was like dying. I was like, take me out of the game. I was so tired. And so it's like, I've got to find something. So I thought of volleyball. I loved volleyball. And then my mom was like, why don't you do like ladies league tennis? I'm like, God, no.
Nothing sounds worse.
I mean, just tennis, I was just over it.
Because you had played a lot of tennis growing up, right?
Yeah.
And in college.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
4 years of, yes.
Yeah. 4 years of college. After college, I played it that summer. And then I was just so done. It's just like a job, right? You just, So I don't know. I don't know. So then my mom, who plays pickleball, she's 85, 86, 80, and she's a national champion. She's badass.
She's legit.
But she said, why don't you try pickleball? I'm like, no, back it was 2020. Oh, it wasn't in 19, it was 2017.
27.
2017. Like, no, I just literally thought it was for old people. And then actually my husband and I were like, let's go learn this thing. So we went out on a double date and we were playing with this other couple, and I just saw these players, like it was a Bobby Riggs this is when they started. It was like pickleball was in the back and tennis was all in the front, and we learned the rules, and I just kept looking over there and I wanted to go be with them, but I couldn't ditch the date. And that went by and then kind of got away from it. And then I saw my sister-in-law. She was playing a tournament and I'm like, whoa, it could be for my age too. So then I went back to Bobby Riggs on my own.
Was your sister-in-law older or younger than you were at the time?
She is I actually played junior tennis against her. She's a year older. I know.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
we'll come back
it
to
was
that.
weird that she married my older brother because she used to have like sleepovers at my house and had like a crush on him. And
No way.
Yeah. And he's
okay. I never knew this.
Yeah,
This
I
is
know.
Kip or Kevin? This is Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah.
He's 7 years older. So, I mean, yeah, we played doubles tournaments together and yeah, crazy. So then,
okay.
Well, maybe. So I went to Bobby Riggs open play and I was so nervous. It was weird. Like I just didn't know anyone.
Did you just walk in there by yourself?
Yes.
Wow.
And I called my mom and I'm like, oh, I hope I remember the score. But it was pretty cool because like I was just playing like tennis and stuff. And I do remember one lady kind of, you know how there's kind of ones that kind of own the place a little bit. You could tell.
Yep.
Older lady, her name is Pat, and she just said, do you know what the third shot drop is? I said, no. So that was one little thing she taught me. And then this lady, so this lady who was in charge of it all, she goes, well, the players were like, well, she can come over with us, like meaning it was probably the 4-5 to 5. And she goes, well, let me just hit with you a little bit. And she hit with me and she said, no, you're not ready. Hi. Oh, wait,
there's May.
That May. Hi, May. Oh,
this is May.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Say hi to Kara.
So this old man, Peter, he's like, just come over with me. And it was just so sweet. And they just welcomed me in. And so that was it. And then I just kept, I don't know. That was it.
I think it's so interesting how that was a long time ago. And you remember the names of the people. You remember how kind they were to you.
True.
You remember how nervous you were, but how like immediately after being there and being taken under the wing of that person, there's always that person. You're right. There's always that person who's the kind of I mean, I hate to use the word ambassador, but they kind of are like the I don't know. They're the ones who really want to be inclusive, and they're the ones who build that culture that pickleball has around welcoming new people and teaching them. And back then, too, like there really wasn't instruction at all. I mean, people were just showing up. And so somebody's teaching you how to play, then you're teaching someone else how to play, and then they're teaching 3 people and you're teaching, you know what I mean? So it's interesting how somebody who really probably never thought they were having a true impact on someone. I mean, they're like, yeah, I'm teaching her how to keep score. I'm teaching her what a third shot drop is. But this many years later, you're telling me the story about that specific woman and that specific man who taught you those very specific things and basically made a huge impact on you for not doing anything other than being kind and inclusive. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Right? You're right. And it just,
because look at you now. So skip ahead to 2025 and you're playing senior pro pickleball on an NPL team. You're a former NPL champion
with you
in 2024 with me. Thank you. Go Boca Picklers, aka Surge. And
the weird thing is, I was just gonna talk about our relationship, how weird it was that we played the first year and
Yep. And I remember Cooper. I remember meeting Cooper and you hitting, and I hit with you and
that's
Cooper.
right. I cannot believe you hit with Cooper. I did
Yep.
not remember that.
Mm-hmm.
That
I
is,
remember it.
yeah, he was like 12 or something.
Mm-hmm.
You hit with him?
Yeah, I hit against the two of y'all. I don't know why. I guess I just jumped out there and started hitting. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't even think we really played a game. I don't think there was a fourth person, but maybe there was. I maybe was hitting with Cooper and then you came out even.
I don't even remember that very well. I'm so sorry.
I can see it. I can see us on the court. I can't remember. I know we were we were at Chicken and Pickle, but I can see it. I just don't remember which one it was. But so then what was weird was after first year of NPL when we were on different teams, but we played each other and we hit with each other and I met Cooper. Then we both had this like sixth sense that we were going to be on a team together.
Yeah.
Remember? Because you said I had a dream out you were going to be on my team. And I was like, well, I was hoping that I might be on your team because I remember how much I liked you and how good I thought you were from the first year. And then we ended up on a championship team together.
Yeah. And it's so funny because I've told you this before, but I just thought of you as so nice and sweet, which you are, Macy, which you are. I know she's out of here, but I did not know how funny you were. Okay, she's leaving.
Well, it's okay.
Well, maybe,
Is she unhappy?
no, remember whenever I talk to you, she starts barking. She gets
No,
jealous.
she doesn't like it when you give me your attention.
Mason, we're not doing.
So that's Macy. She's blind, but she has really good hearing, of course. And so it seems like every time I distract Kara from her attention, she gets upset, and it's not even her witching hour.
I know.
But we get it. So Kara.
But yes, so back
you
to
thought
you.
I was nice.
Back to you.
And then you got to know
you were
me.
just you're so sweet, but then, God, when I met you, you were so freaking funny, and you just say what you think. I mean, you would just tell your partners, excuse me, but you need to come put your towel in your water bottle over where mine is, and do not look away from me, and I need you to whatever. You're very
can't turn your back to me, win or lose the point.
Yep.
I got to turn toward me and tap my paddle.
Yes.
People, come on.
I love that.
Yes, it's a curse and a blessing, right? Like sometimes things come out that, I probably should keep in, but ultimately we're all thinking it usually, or we're wondering, like, I guess when I'm wondering about something, it like lingers there. And so if I just get it out, then I feel much better. And then I know the answer to the question and there's no ambiguity. Like I just like transparency but also like, I don't think I would know as much about you as I do and be as good of friends with you and all the people that I hope will come be on this podcast that I've met over the last 6 or 7 years through pickleball that have made an impact on my life. If you don't ask questions or maybe say some things that maybe might break somebody down a little bit, right? Then you don't.
Have you always been like that? Have you always been like that?
It's funny that you say that. I think so, because I think, like, if you asked my high school friends, I think you would say, definitely. I may have told you, I think they used to ask me to ask the teacher not to give us homework and stuff because they were like, oh, well, Taylor will say it. Taylor will ask them. Taylor will say whatever. Just tell her what to say. She'll do it. And then I would, because I was like, well, the worst thing they can say is no. So, I mean, might as well ask.
That's impressive.
Who knows? I don't know. But the gift that I get, it's selfish because I get the gift of learning about people and understanding people and then finding out about how they got into pickleball and what pickleball has brought to their life. And for me, that's so fascinating and it's so interesting and it's what I care about. And so I care about people, I care about pickleball and I care about puzzles. So that's why we're on the pickle piece.
Yeah.
And this is figuring out the puzzle of pickleball in our life. So okay, so
wait.
fast forward to Yeah.
I always say this to you. I just think it's so cool. Like, you talk so much, which is what I love about you,
A
but
lot.
you lie, but it's amazing. But yeah, you're just genuinely interested in people. And
I try to I listen. I
yes,
remember.
you listen. And when I tell you stories, I mean, you remember people's names, and it's such a gift. I mean, I'm not good at remembering things like you, but it's just impressive.
Well, I like that is why we're here. This, for whatever reason, I feel like this is what I am meant to do at this point in my life and in my career, because I want to share all the interesting things about you and all the interesting things about our relationship and the interesting things. And other people might not think it's interesting, and that's okay. But it's brought so much joy and love and gratefulness and whatever the words are to me, to know all these things about all these people, that I don't want to hoard it. I want to share it. So I want to have, and I just think that pickleball is such an interesting vessel through which people learn about themselves at the same time that they learn about other people and they learn about life. I mean, so here's a question for you. If you had to name one thing about yourself that you think has changed the most between 2017, when you went to open play at Bobby Riggs out of nowhere, but let me back up for a second, because I want to point one other thing out. In the first few minutes of you telling me how you were introduced to pickleball, you named 3 different family members. And then I named a 4th family member of yours. So to me, that is so interesting. You talked about your mom. Your mom was playing pickleball. She's the one who recommended it to you. And thank God she did. Mike, you went on a double date to play pickleball with your husband. Like, can't really think of anything else you might have done together other than like go bowling or something, maybe tennis. But okay. Then you mentioned your sister-in-law who plays pickleball, who I didn't realize played junior tennis with you and all of that also. And then we talked about Cooper and the fact that Cooper was with you at the event and then out on the court with you also hitting with me and you. So to me, that is such an indication of how incredibly interesting and valuable and intergenerational pickleball is. I mean, in 1 minute, you named 3 different family members and I named a 4th that all play pickleball or that all have touched pickleball in some way, right? So I think that's pretty cool. But if you had to say one thing about yourself from 2017, when you took that chance and you went out there and you tried pickleball for the first time, to now, that you feel like you have grown through or changed in some way because of pickleball, what would that be? It could be a life lesson that you've learned. It could be some insight into yourself. It could be insight into other people that you've gained as a result of your time on the court. And when I say on the court too, I mean, you also teach, right?
Yeah, I also teach pickleball.
And so think of all the people that you've met from teaching.
Yeah.
Who come out and watch you play and support you and check on you and watch your videos on Baller TV. I mean, right? So cool. Okay, but now you have to answer the question. Sorry, I'll stop
Okay, that's
talking.
okay. Well, God, that's a big question. So I'm just going to talk because I don't know.
Okay, just
I'm thinking I should just have some big, profound answer.
no. You don't have to have anything profound, and there's probably more than one,
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
But I just want you to think about one.
Well, one, it brought me joy and being not just a mom anymore. Like, you know,
Tell me more about that, because I know as a mom that the most meaningful thing in your life has been.
you can talk to.
So it is a work in progress, and I feel that way about myself, right? Like we're all work in progress, and at any point in time that you think you've stopped growing or learning or working on yourself, it could be potentially dangerous, because there's just so much to learn, and there's so much. I'm going to be so curious to see what Kara's final answer is about being a mom and learning and playing and then being super competitive in pickleball, because I know her well enough to know as many of us will say and tell you that I'm just talking to myself. I'm good at that. That because I didn't have any friends. I mean, I was an only child. Um, so Kara, we know that being a mom is like, the greatest gift, right? But that's a given. So, but tell me more about, you said instead of just being a mom. So I get that. I know, I understand that, but I want you to tell us more about that.
I mean, being a mom is great. I was able to stop my main job, which is a school teacher. And, but I was still teaching tennis and I was running around just doing everything. And you just don't put yourself first.
You don't put yourself first. You don't put yourself second. You don't put yourself third. I mean, you put yourself last. So you got to a point maybe where you were like, I gotta take care of Kara. I gotta find Kara again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, after Cooper, he was born in 2011.
And he's how many years younger than your next child?
7. So
yeah.
right now they're 23, 21, and 14. I had like postpartum depression. I got through that. And
did you have that with your other two, or was it worse with Cooper?
No, I didn't have it with the other two.
Interesting.
So,
and is there a rhyme or reason as to why that is?
I don't think so.
Does anybody know? I don't think so either. I was just curious.
Yeah. Did you have it?
Okay. No.
I
don't think so.
Craziness. So anyway, just instantly it just brought me just so much joy and fun and I just needed and laughter,
Yes.
It's so different than tennis. I mean, tennis, it was just like we were just so competitive. It's like a job. And this
pretty intense.
My first round robin tournament, there was some guy, one of my good friends now that sometimes I'll play with, came out, just cracked a beer open. I'm like, what? And then I'm playing with people that are, like, I don't know if you remember Brian Ashworth. This was later, but like,
oh, yeah,
he just wore like swim trunks. Like, I was like, this is the coolest thing. Like, but
I remember, never forget my mom saying, we got to do something about these pickleball people. They all look like they just finished working in the yard.
It's so funny.
And it was so funny.
It's probably
true.
I mean, I know I'm bouncing around, but it's probably changed too, because back then I was playing, and you probably were too, like these pro tournaments. And there's all these OGs that, we all know, but it wasn't like the pros are now, like all these tennis players, like, anyway, but so.
Well, it really wasn't pro. It really wasn't pro pickleball. It was amateur pickleball with the highest level players that then became pros, the first generation of pros, right? And I feel like we're like the Gen 1 paddles and the Gen 2 we're on like Gen 4 or 5 maybe of pickleball pros, right? Like, you think about Jen and Cammie were the number 1 team in the country the first time I played the U.S. Open. I played tennis with both of them, but then I come to the U.S. Open, there are pictures of them they're winning gold, and I'm like, what is happening here? Like, it was so interesting. Okay, so joy, I heard you say joy, I heard you say laughter. What about that competitive fire that was always in your belly? I mean, you had to take a break from that while you were raising your kids, right?
Yeah.
I think that's something that never goes away.
It doesn't. And I think that's why we all like this and we're doing this pickleball league. I mean, I miss that, I can always connect with, athletes, especially like if I get together with my college teammate, is there something about it, right? And
right.
It's just, I remember playing my first tournament and I just got it in my belly again. Like, I got to go find another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like riding a bike, right? It just comes back. It just comes back. And yeah. So it brought you confidence. It gave me, I think,
okay.
But definitely when I'm out there on the court, if the confidence came back, and sometimes I brought it back in my life and sometimes I didn't, which still always working on.
So tell me about that. When you say you didn't bring it back in, so there are a lot of things that are transferable, right? We think about like that competitive stuff, and that makes me successful in other parts of my life. But then there are things that happen on the pickleball court that either transfer in a negative way, is that what you're saying? Or they transfer in a way that you're like, I'm still working on that on and off the court.
Yeah, because when I'm out there with my pickleball people and on the court, I just feel very comfortable, very confident. I can, and then, lately I've been bringing it back to my house and to you know, my kids and, my husband, just being me, just being not such a
It,
pushover, I guess. Sometimes, like, yeah, sometimes I think, and I don't know, I mean, I don't know if this is like a female mom thing, but I just kind of lost myself, and you're putting everyone first, and I don't know, I lost me for a little bit, and
Sort of your purpose outside of raising children, right? And making dinner or cleaning the house, right? There's purpose beyond, yes, being a mother is the greatest gift and is very purposeful. Obviously, we want our children to launch as individual, confident, independent adults who are going to contribute positively to society, right? But there's only but there still is that you that isn't just the caretaker or the meal maker or the bed maker upper or whatever, right? So pickleball was a good outlet for you, not only, it sounds like socially, because you were talking about all the people you met then and the people that you're friends with now that you met then. So socially, pickleball was really good for you. Like bringing out that fire again. And then what about like as you progress into your 50s, which we just have to acknowledge that we are over 50 now. We are senior pros. I'm very proud that we are senior pro. Like that's big. What has been for you, has it been finding that sense of independence again, finding your voice again, making sure that you don't get lost in the four boys that live in your house? Um, what do you think and how has pickleball been like, is it the success that you've had from a winning and losing standpoint, or is it just the overall, like, I'm taking care of myself. I'm important because I'm on a team. I have people who want to play with me. I'm going to go to this tournament. I have to make myself a priority at this point. Not only for my sport, but for yourself, right? But tell us more about how you feel about that and finding that voice again.
yeah,
Because I think there are a lot of people out there who are looking to have that voice. And God forbid it's getting squashed on the pickleball court. If it is, you need a new partner, right?
mm, ab-
And yeah, because hopefully other people are having an experience similar to what I think you're having. And that is that there's meaning in pickleball beyond paddles and balls. I mean, right? I love my paddle. And damn wiffle ball, but
do you like
sure
your
is fun
ball?
to
Do you like
smack
your balls
around.
too?
I like my balls. I like my balls round and green and lots of holes in them. Sorry. So gross.
Okay, okay. Do you want me to talk now?
Sorry. Yes, I would like for you to talk now.
Your hair looks cute.
It does.
Well, there's this little piece that's going up. It's so cute. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that was like
So yeah,
it's wobbling. Sorry.
it feels, yeah, it does. It feels so good to have something of my own that I look forward to going to. It's, this NPL, the National Pickleball League, the whole team thing has really just made it so fun. I mean, you feel like you're on a team again. And the social part of it is just as much fun as the playing. It's just, and it's, I think it's good for our kids to see that we have they something of our own, and I'm not so scared about Cooper going to college because, I mean, I know I have something of my own and, you know,
That's huge, right? You haven't totally lost. I mean, you you've had a chance to find yourself while he's still at home as a teenager, and knowing that you're going to have that when he goes away and he's your last child. But also what a gift you're giving him, in that he sees you being independent, but you're still such a good mom. But now, is there a fine line there? Do you think, like, where you could fall into the trap of feeling guilty or something because you're playing a lot, or because you're traveling, or like, how do you balance that?
well, I did go through a phase of that. And because at the
Ugh.
beginning, I got, you always hear this from people that they get addicted, and you always hear that word obsessed or whatever. And so I was playing at the beginning, like probably 6 times a week. I just noticed that, at the time, my husband, Mike, he was working a lot. He's a realtor. He was working on weekends. And I don't know, I think I kind of felt lonely, and that I was just staying home with the kids on the week or whatever. And so
Right?
we, we talk about this now. I mean, I use that as an escape, and maybe he used work as an escape. And it just, you know, you hear people saying it's such a healthy addiction, but you got to be careful because sometimes, you're going to pickleball and you have a great time, you're going to escape. And
Yeah.
we definitely had some rough moments, and it was kind of like me and pickleball against him. And it just,
He was feeling excluded or ignored, or
yeah, yeah, it was just, I was finding so much joy there. And so then I don't know, we just kind of came together, and now we make decisions together on, if I'm going to play a tournament. I don't overplay now, maybe 3 times a week, maybe 4. And it just feels better. I mean, you don't need to be playing that much, really.
no.
I mean, it's just, I have more of a balance,
You have a really good balance.
yeah. And I got back to being with my friends more because I have friends that aren't pickleball players that I really enjoy. And,
Yeah.
so yeah.
So there it is. There's the balance. Like, I love all these new friends I'm making in pickleball, and I'm establishing all these new relationships and friendships and contacts and support systems. But then I still have the life that isn't pickleball, and both are valuable and both are important. And I do find that it is difficult to balance. I mean, I find that a lot. And I think that it's important for people to hear that it can be done. It can be done. You can play this game. You can love it with all of your heart. You can have a whole life around it, but it doesn't have to, and it can still be healthy. But there has to be some awareness, right? Just like any other addiction. I mean, I have a very addictive personality. And I knew when I started pickleball that I wanted to make my career around it for whatever reason. I have no idea exactly why or how that's what I wanted, but that's what I wanted. And it got bigger, and it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger every year. And I've had to take a step back sometimes also and say, like, I do have other things that I enjoy doing, and I have other people that I enjoy seeing while we go through phases of life where we might be more engaged in something than others. I see this, and maybe, I don't know if you feel this way or not, but we're 53. And so we're young for the senior pro tour, right? Or senior pro events, and to be competitive now. So I'm kind of like, I got a window, right? But that's not even really true, because look at the 60 plus people that are on our pickleball, that are on our NPL teams.
Yeah.
Come on, they're killing it.
Yeah. No pressure. Yeah.
That's, yeah. So that's not a good reason to hurl yourself in it full time necessarily, but but it's also, and I think that's a really beautiful thing about pickleball, that we know we can do it forever. But if we don't have a good balance, we won't, we won't be doing it forever, because we'll either get hurt, or we'll have our marriage will be in trouble, or relationships with our parents, or whatever. So it's a
Like,
great thing. There's like a hand you shouldn't have to raise your hand since there are only two of us, but
well,
that's a
that you're
bad
kind of
sign
like
on my part.
you're like my husband. Like, I'll just have to, like, you guys don't really take a breath sometimes. It's so, like, with him, I'll just go, Mike, So I would love. Do you want to tell me how you started? I don't even know how you started. Right?
Yeah, I can tell you. Well, I was tennis, and I was a teaching pro for like 20 years. And then we won a couple of national championships in 2015, and women's and in mixed. And I was having some issues with my knee. So I had a meniscus surgery. And then, like a year later, I had to have a second one. And then at that point, the doctor was like, you should never play tennis again. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've been playing tennis every single day of my life for like 35 years or something. I was 47 at the time. I started when I was
And you still
10. So,
enjoy tennis, huh?
I was, yes, I loved it. I was still into tennis. And I was kind of, I was not kind of devastated. I was like really devastated. But the good news is I had shifted from teaching full time to teaching part time and doing some different jobs in the club business. So I had become the director of sales and marketing, and I was down to teaching like 10 hours, but I was still playing. And so then they said no more tennis. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So, I was wearing like real clothes to work, and not my tennis clothes, because I wasn't able to teach. And this dude who was a member at our club, who was a racquetball guy, kept coming by my office and saying, I want to teach you how to play pickleball. And I was like, whatever. Like, I'm a really good tennis player, and that sounds really stupid. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it. It's like, whatever, dude. And he was older than I was at the time. And I thought,
At the time?
at the time, he's still older than I am. But at the time, he seemed, I was in my 40s. I thought now I'm like, yeah, I'm old. But he was very persistent and kept coming by my office. And randomly one day, I actually had my tennis shoes on for whatever reason. He was like, right now, right here, we're going down. I'm teaching you how to play pickleball. I was like, fine, just leave me alone. I remember he cinched the tennis net, right? We didn't have pickleball nets or lines or anything. And we hit over the tennis net. And I just remember thinking, whoa, this is pretty fun. And then the wheels start spinning. We had a lot of aging tennis players at our club who had been playing tennis, at the Racket Club in Memphis since I was a little girl. And I'm thinking, well, maybe they would want to do this instead of tennis, because it felt a little like a mini tennis game to me, right? And so then I started thinking about, people that are at our club that don't play tennis that might want to play something, and they could actually potentially play this. And it became more about the club and what we could offer to our members than it was about me and me being a pickleball player, right? That really wasn't on the radar. And then soon after that, I got certified to teach, just so I could learn something. And then I started teaching, and then I started the Mid-South Pickleball Club at our club so that we could have pickleball there for those people who might not have been members at the club but wanted access to pickleball. And then, of course, for the regular members. And if it didn't just blow up from there, and then I started Picklemania, the nonprofit. Then really in 2020, when COVID hit, and that was kind of the only thing we could do, we were painting pickleball courts all over town. We were selling equipment as part of one of our sustainability verticals for Picklemania. I got with a group of people, and we started playing, because that's all we could do. And we were wearing those rubber gloves and writing our initials on the ball so that nobody else would touch your ball and stuff. I mean, it seems like so crazy now, right? That's when I started playing more. And then in 2021, I feel like that was kind of when I started down the whole, like, I want to go play some tournaments. I want to learn. I want to see if I can be good at this. And I think I was starting to have that itch again to be competitive, right? I was missing that aspect. because the first few tournaments I went to, it was all about business. I was taking pictures of paddles. I was going to Dick's out of town and learning about who was selling what. I was trying to understand what people were wearing. I was trying to understand because the business side of it was what I was all about. And then I was kind of like, okay, but I like this a lot and I don't really like losing. And so then I started getting more into it and playing more.
All right.
And then EL happened, and that just opened up a whole nother world for me. And I kind of felt like when I'd played some tournaments, I'd done a lot of things, individually, and I was like, gosh, I wish I could do something more outside of myself. And then NPL came along. It was like love being on a team.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. Loved being on a college tennis team. Loved being on a high school tennis team. Love a team. And so that was just a whole nother avenue and opportunity and access to pickleball that, really then just sparked a whole nother level of it for me. And I feel like I've gotten better since we had started that. Do you? Don't you feel like it's made you better as a player?
Yeah. But lately I've been having some aha moments, and it even hit me today when I was playing. It's just like,
Tell me.
well, you just got to continue to be you. Like, I mean, I see everyone hitting harder and pounding it. And, my game has always, been really good at dinking and placing the ball and being smart. And that's
Yeah.
going to set me up. For whatever reason, I can't hit as hard as you guys. And that's just not who I am. And I even got away from it a little bit this NPL season and
Started trying to hit harder and do more like what they're doing.
But I'm always like, I definitely feel like I've grown since when I started. I mean, at the beginning, I took it to like another level of resetting everything and thinking, but now, I can counterattack and I can attack people, but I just,
So just being true to your authentic self on and off the court.
Yeah, you can.
I feel that way about my style of play. Like it's hard for me to hit it hard. It's hard for me to speed up and I don't necessarily do it well. I'm trying to do it at the right times more and more, but that's my style of play too. I feel like is be steady, get the ball on the ground, set up my partner. I'd much rather figure out how to get the other person an opportunity too, or myself, obviously. But I think that what you're saying is so important because you have just said, I lost myself and I'm finding my authentic self again. I'm speaking up for myself. I'm standing up for myself. And you've got to do that on the court. You've got to believe that you're good enough and that your style of play can still beat a fuck ton of people. Excuse me. But you beat a lot of people doing what you do.
Yeah, I know.
But it's hard not to get sucked in and think, well, everybody else is doing it. But it's kind of like life. Like, well, if everybody else jumps off the bridge, are you going to too? No, because that's not true to who you are.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to be you. And, they keep, everyone's game is changing, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. I mean, my way,
well,
for a long time,
I've come to accept that it is, but that doesn't mean I have to change.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I can learn how I can adapt.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all had to adapt in our lives because of loss or because of change or because of environment or whatever. And you can adapt, but you don't have to lose yourself in the process, right? And not do all those things that you do so well. What if you just started hitting everything hard? Can you imagine? Like, and you didn't hit any dinks. I mean, your dinks are fucking awesome. So like that would be such a disservice to yourself. Just like you don't stand up for yourself, or if you don't put yourself first, then everybody suffers, right? Including you. I don't want to be your fucking partner if you're going to start doing that.
You'd be a good therapist.
Thanks.
Well, you're welcome.
That'll be $100, please. I could charge for but I think, when you think about life and pickleball and figuring out the pieces of the puzzle of both, because they're both damn complicated, right? When you start you get a piece. Maybe I get a piece of the puzzle once every 6 months or something, who knows? But once I get that piece and I put it in that puzzle, it's so satisfying. And whether it's my life puzzle or my pickleball puzzle, it's gratifying, and it's very satisfying, and something that we have to be aware of and be proud of.
You need to show your puzzles at some point.
Let's go see it. Want to?
Yeah, bring your
I'll
computer.
unplug the charger now because it's charged a little bit.
Are you working on one right now?
Yeah, it's up here in the playroom.
Okay.
So I don't know how to change. I don't know how to turn the
I
camera.
don't know if I've seen this playroom. Is it? Okay.
Oh, have you ever seen the playroom?
I think so.
This is. So I wonder how you turn the camera around.
You're doing great, but
okay.
like I can see it.
Okay. So can you tell? Oops. Can you tell what it is?
I think it's a truck with Texas, where your son goes.
Yes. Good job. It's a game day. So it's football season.
Yes.
And so see, there's the picture of it. Can you see that?
Yeah.
There's the picture. Oh wait, hold on.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So how long does it take you to do a puzzle like that?
So I really only do 1,000-piece puzzles. And it depends on my life, right? So if I'm super busy and crazy and I don't have as much time to spend on the puzzle, or if I'm traveling, it'll take, a couple of weeks. If I'm home more and I'm at night, not busy, and I'm home just when we're watching a show or something at night, I'm puzzling, then it'll sometimes take, a week or a week and a half. It's hard to say. It also kind of depends on the difficulty of the puzzle. This one's actually harder than I anticipated because there's so much brown. So when everything's the same color, obviously that makes it harder, right?
So I'm curious, how long have you been doing puzzles? Because one, it's amazing because you are just go, 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 and your mind is this way, that way, and doing all this stuff. But it's so cool. It's cool that you figured that out, and that probably just slows your brain down. And I mean, that's what I do with the painting. And I just need to realize, like, that's just as important as getting stuff done. We always feel like we have to be productive and getting stuff done. And
God forbid we sit still. I mean, for a few minutes.
how long have you been doing it?
When I first started doing them, I had a lot of guilt and shame around sitting and doing something that wasn't productive. And it's taken me a long time to show some grace. Did you like my air quotes? It's taken me a long time to show myself some grace and to give myself permission to sit and be still. It's almost like a meditative thing for me. Like it's almost like you get in the flow, they say, when you're playing and you're feeling it and you're just really like subconsciously doing it. I kind of do that with my puzzle. It's the only time that I am not like trying to create something or fix something or make something happen. I'm completing the puzzle, but it's also at the same time, it's just, I don't have to think. It's kind of like when you're dinking and you're in a good dinking rally, you can't think about what you're going to make for dinner or
right.
how you got to get the kid from here to there and all around and whatever. And so it's a nice, just not mindless, being able to be in the subconscious a little, I think. And so I don't know. I think I started doing puzzles during COVID.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I did one and I loved it. And then some friends gave me Puzzle of the Month club for Christmas. Hey, anybody, if you have a puzzler in your family or in your life, it was the best gift. I got a puzzle in the mail every single month from Puzzle Warehouse. It was like Christmas. It was awesome. And then they gave it to me the next year also. And now I order a lot of my puzzles from Puzzle Warehouse and I buy a lot of them locally too, but there's no telling how much money I've spent on puzzles.
But you know what?
But I don't drink alcohol. So doesn't that kind of balance out?
But it's for your mental health. You could be doing.
I'm worth it, right?
You're worth it. No, it's awesome. I mean, it's awesome. Yeah.
And so are you. Keep painting. Keep pickling. keep puzzling, keep finding that missing piece to make you and your life the best it's been so far. I feel very confident that you can do that. Your turn.
Real quick, I don't know if you're saying goodbye. Did I already ask you why you decided to start this podcast? Did we already cover that?
I don't know. Maybe.
Like, why?
I said that I really have met so many really interesting people, and I feel like that I'm always trying to get to the bottom of how they got to pickleball or what pickleball means to them. And so I think that it just felt, and I just always have, well, I've had people tell me I should because I can talk a lot. And then I guess, I don't know, I just thought it might be fun.
Yeah.
We got to hold on. We got to read the active blend. We got to do hold on. Mike Patton is the nicest person on the planet. Hello, Mike. Hope you're listening at some point. And this man has never met me in person. We were introduced to each other through one of the guys who runs the senior pickleball tour. What's it called? Senior pro, the senior,
the senior
Dave Berman, senior pro tour. So maybe I didn't get the email. We'll do that next time. But anyway, Active Blend is a supplement company out of California. We're going to see him. We're going to meet him when we play nationals because I've already talked to him because he lives right near there. And they have graciously agreed to sponsor the podcast. Their supplements are so good. So like there's an ashwagandha gummy. There's like, you drink that apple cider vinegar. They have a great apple cider vinegar gummy. There's a fish oil gummy. Add effects using hand gestures. I don't want to do that. And they have every morning I put their collagen in my coffee so my wrinkles will not show so much, hopefully. And their products are amazing. So look at activeblend.com if you have time. But we will be officially announcing them as our primary sponsor. And then just so you know, Kara, and everybody else knows, we will have a partnership, of course, with Picklemania, which is the nonprofit. And there will be a piece of anything that might come in as a result of the podcast will go back into Picklemania to support we teach that social emotional learning curriculum in the under-resourced communities through the game of pickleball. It's called Pickleball with Purpose is the name of the curriculum. But I wanted there to be another sort of sustainability partnership, whatever you want to call it, with Picklemania. So the podcast, that was another reason for starting the podcast. That was a really long explanation. Thank you for listening.
I started spacing out, but that's the business.
Well, I love it when you admit that you're spacing out. Though. So kind of you. Because you could pretend you heard me and fake it. And I'd much rather you be authentic and say, that was a lot.
No, but
this is what Kara does when I'm a lot. And then I know it's time to be quiet. I love you, Birdie.
Are we done?
Yeah. Do you want to be done? I don't really want to be done.
Well,
we don't have to be done.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
I mean, I'm going to hang up off the podcast and call you.
I know.
So Kara and I talk a lot. I don't even like the phone. I hate the phone. I don't like talking on the phone, but I will talk every day.
What are you doing the rest of the day?
What's that?
What are you going to do the rest of the day?
I think I'm going to go with a friend to get my nails done.
Okay.
Because I've had these since before. I don't remember. Well, since before.
Are you going with somebody?
Before the last NPL.
Are you going with somebody?
Yeah, I think I'm going with Kendra.
Okay. Nice.
And then I'm going to come home and have dinner with Cameron, I think. And then I'm going to puzzle and watch a show. I'm done. This is it as far as work goes today, I think.
Awesome.
What about you? What are you going to do?
You know what I got from you?
What?
Besides many things. I mean, you're my yin to my yang. We've talked about that. Like, it's
so good.
It's so good. I mean, my therapist says I need you in my life because it's your therapist. But
we have the same therapist.
But what are you looking
She's saying she might want to do tomorrow now. So that's why I was looking as I saw a message come from her. But that's okay. Yeah, but that's fine. Okay, wait. Now, what did you get from me?
Well, like when I was on your team, just that fun, free. That's what it is. Just having fun, being free, being silly. Just it's so important.
So many people should be more silly.
I love being silly.
Me too. I mean, why be serious all the time? Oh, look, by the way, I brought my snack up here and I forgot to eat it.
Okay. Oh, it's
My stomach's
healthy. I'm
growling.
going to sit on my
I
foot
know.
because I have to pee. But
Oh,
but
we-
wait. I wanted to say something else. This is what I got from you. So this past weekend or whenever the last NPL was,
yeah,
I was playing with Keith, Kevin Keith, Jane,
yeah,
Jane,
yeah, yeah.
and
Kevin Keith.
I just, we've talked about bad partners and, it's not worth it. I've played with, some people that aren't kind and it's not worth
It's
it.
not worth it.
So anyway, we did really well. We're having fun and we were in the car with our team and I was like, Keith, can you just validate me? Can you just tell me like how good I was? I just really need that. So yeah, sometimes that's you just say what you want. I really wanted to hear it.
I don't, and you shouldn't have to ask for that, but you should ask for it if you need it.
Right.
100% we need to ask for what we need.
Yeah.
And this is a good thing for a lot of people to hear. People appreciate validation and affirmation. And it's not hard. Feels so good to tell somebody that I mean, don't lie, but like, I'm going to tell you, you were so awesome, or you were a great partner, or you hit your backhand so well today, or whatever. But like, come on. It's not taking anything away from you or anyone else to pay somebody else a compliment or to give them a little.
Okay, so tell me some of the things you've told partners. Can you even think? I mean, you just do it like because you've done
Paper towel in my corner and don't turn your back to me. You know, that's a good question.
I mean, if they're not supporting you or I mean, do you
If they're not supporting me,
that's what I wanted to.
then I will. I mean, it was like, okay, so let's just tell the story. So my partner at the time, Brian Shapiro, is a great guy. He was very unaware, I think, that when we lost a point, he turned his back toward me and walked back to the baseline, or turned his back to me and whatever. He had no idea. To me, it felt like that he was upset with me because it seemed to be that I'm sure I noticed it more when I missed, right? Because I'm a human being and I'm sensitive. But when he would do that, I would feel like really dejected. Of course, when you miss a ball, nothing feels better than when your partner walks over and intentionally taps your paddle and says, "Let's go, next point," or "We got this," or "You're good," or "Your ass looks great." My partner Mandy, when she would think I was going down that rabbit hole of like spacing out or freaking out or getting nervous or whatever, she would be like, "Your ass looks so good." And I'm like, "Thank you. Yes, come on, let's go." I mean, what made her think of that? I mean, I guess my ass is pretty good, but anyway, anything. So he didn't know. So I said to him, "Will you please turn toward me and tap my paddle, especially if I make a bad shot or I miss? But maybe after every shot, good or bad, because why not? Doesn't take anything off. It's no skin off his back, right?"
Right.
And it made a huge difference to me. Who's that?
It's Mike.
Hi, Mike. Does he want to be on the podcast?
Come be on the podcast.
What's going on?
How are you?
Is this a podcast?
It
This
is.
is the official first episode of the Pickle Piece.
What is the topic?
Well, birdies and pickleball and puzzles and people and how they all go together. Or not.
What else is there?
I told him about
What else is there?
our double date. That's how my first pickleball experience. How was it for you? The very first pickleball experience.
It was magical.
Please.
Magical.
That was a good answer. It was magical.
What?
Did you doink afterwards?
What's that? Did we what?
Doink?
Oh my God. Doink. She said that's her word is doink.
Wow.
I know.
Yes. Yes, please.
So more double dates for pickleball. Maybe.
I gotta go.
Bye. Love you, Mike.
See you, Bernie.
Cute. That was cute. Tyler.
I got to turn off the hard-boiled eggs when they're done.
Okay, do not forget that, because I did forget that one time and they blew up all over the kitchen. There were there were egg shit droppings everywhere and it smelled for months. It was really bad. Don't forget.
Okay, well, it's going to beep.
It's going to beep? Okay, good. Okay, so what were we talking about? Being honest with your partner.
Yeah.
Just be honest.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be critical. It can just be transparent.
Yeah.
That makes me feel good, or that makes me feel bad.
Yeah, and I just got better at.
What do you say to your partners? I feel like you're the best partner in the world. Well, because you're so positive.
Yeah, but when it's all happening so fast, and if sometimes I've just taken verbal abuse too long. So I've gotten better at recognizing that and not just trying to play with good people, but it's, I'm not going to waste my time away from my family playing with someone that's not supportive. And, you can't play free when they're just telling you what to do and they're rolling their eyes and they're,
You can't play free. And the sad thing is that sometimes people don't realize how badly that makes one play. And it's like so counterproductive for them if they really want to win. Like, I've just come to the conclusion that they must need an excuse for why they're going to lose. So they act ugly to their partner so that then they can blame their partner for not playing well. But that's so, like, that takes so much energy to think of that. Just being kind. And then you might win and not need an excuse.
Okay, I have to pee.
Okay, I love you.
I love you.
We're going. Yeah, you're really struggling, aren't you? That was the pee dance. Okay. Thank you for being on the podcast, Kara. Thank you for making this happen. We have rescheduled and I have canceled and it's been a circus, but I am so grateful and I feel very proud of our first episode. Kara is going to be back as a co-host. She's going to do maybe some, just if she wants to, some little fun things on the side, on the court with some special people. And so thank you to everybody. And, find that missing piece, life, pickleball, friendships, whatever, but be authentic and stay true to yourself, right? That's our big lesson for today.
And I think you need a theme song. I've looked up some.
Oh, I do. I mean, you sent me one before, but can you send me, please? And if anyone else has any ideas for a theme song, I don't know. I haven't done any of that yet. You need it? Yes. You got to have an intro. Yeah. Yes. And I forgot about that part.
All right. You got this. You got this.
I love you.
You're awesome. Love you too.
You're awesome. I love you. Mwah.
Okay.
Mwah. Mwah.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.